Happy Sunday. So the gospel this Sunday comes from Matthew 5 verses 38 to 48. And it's a tricky one. So at the end of the gospel has an invitation, and it says, "Be perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect." The good thing about this gospel is it gives us 5 ways on how to live that. And perhaps we could read it one of 2 ways. Perhaps the first time we read it, we think, this doesn't even sound evangelical. But if we look at it with different eyes, we might find actually it's very beautiful. So the first one, or the first way to live perfect, is actually, it might sound funny, but it's when someone slaps you on the face, it's an invitation to turn the other cheek. And if you're going to slap the other side of someone's face, you have to use your other hand. So in the time of Jesus, that would have meant using your impure hand. And so really the person who turns the other cheek is not actually being submissive, but actually they're making a strong protest. And saying, that you would go so far to slap me with your impure hand. It's like reminding the person, I'm your brother too. I have dignity as a person as well. So then the second one is about, if someone wants to take you to court for your tunic, to give them your coat as well. And I think this is really a reminder to go back to what's the essential. No material thing is going to cover us completely. It's really the call to have this poverty of spirit, this poverty of heart, to live, vulnerable or naked, so to speak, giving more importance to that than any material thing could have. And then the next one is about going the extra mile. I think we've all heard of this one before. But yes, not being afraid to be generous, not being afraid to go that extra mile, literally. And then the fourth one is about lending people things. And I don't know if you've ever lent something to someone and it came back in a different condition than when you gave it to the person, but it's always an exercise and something very positive when we can learn to put our trust in others. It opens us up and also reminds us that many times we are also in need. And to finish, there's this beautiful reminder that God, sends the rain, or God blesses those who are just and those who are unjust. And that we're called also to love our enemies. And so we might think many times that our enemies are actually people that we should avoid, people who are different to us, or people that we shouldn't interact with. But actually these people can be our most sincere friends. They can be the ones that actually help us to see a brighter and bigger horizon. They can be the ones that actually help us to know ourselves better and help us to grow in maturity and in love. So this Sunday I invite you to ask the Father how He invites you to grow in this perfection according to His view, according to His standard, not only according to our criteria and our standards. Happy Sunday, everyone.